On my previous video, Batchim Part 1, we studied what's the most important rule for Batchim. Today, we're gonna go a little deeper about Batchim, and this video will make your Korean sound a lot more natural. For people who watch this video without Part 1, let me briefly explain what's Batchim. Batchim is a final consonant at the bottom of a syllable. And we studied how to read the syllables with Batchim. And today we're gonna see how we can read it with other words. The Batchim carries over to a following syllable that starts with a circle. Like this. First syllable has Batchim and second syllable starts with a circle. If circle is placed at the beginning of a syllable, it doesn't have sound value. So this Batchim sound carries over to a circle position. Let's read this example. Here each letter has a circle. So first letter we read only a vowel and a final consonant, Batchim. This vowel is y, and Batchim is n sound. So it is yon. And for the second one, we also read only vowel that is a. Now what's happening here is the Batchim of the previous letter carries over to the second word. So pronunciation becomes no. no. We write it like this and read it as no. FYI, no means salmon in English. It happens whenever one syllable ends in a consonant, Batchim, and the following syllable starts with a circle that has no opening consonant sound. Let's see another example. D sound consonant and O sound vowel, G sound Batchim. So we read it as 도, 도. And second one, circle, no sound value, and E sound vowel and L sound Batchim. And we read it as 일. But how to read it together? 도길. Because this Batchim carries over to the following syllable. So this 그 sound Batchim is transferred to the second one. One more time, we read it as 도길. 도길. And 독일 is Germany in English. And what about this one? It has a CH sound Batchim and a circle on the following word. So CH sound carried over and the real pronunciation will be 꼬치. 꼬치. What about a sentence then? This sentence means I have a book or there is a book. There are two Batchim in this sentence followed by a circle. So we don't read it as 책이 있어요. Instead, we read it as 책이 있어요. 책이 있어요. What about this sentence? Can you see Batchim before circles? Then let's read it. 밥이 맛있어요. 밥이 맛있어요. There are three syllables followed by circles in this sentence. Those Batchim sounds are transferred to following syllables. Therefore, instead of reading 밥이 맛있어요, we read it as 밥이 맛있어요. There are two exceptions of this rule. One is a circle that is ng, sound Batchim, and the other is a h sound Batchim. First, when Batchim is a circle, this ng sound, sound is not transferred to anywhere, because circle can only appear as a Batchim sound, not as a consonant at the beginning of a syllable, right? When circle is at the beginning of a syllable, it doesn't have sound value. So it's impossible to transfer this Batchim and make a sound as a forced consonant. For example, 영어. First syllable has a 여 sound vowel and sound Batchim, so we read it as 영. And the second syllable, there is a circle which has no sound value and there is a sound vowel, so we read it as 어. So together we read it as 영어. 영어. Be careful, we don't read it as 영어. There is no 그 sound between. We just read it as 영어. And the second exception is H sound Batchim. And let's see this example. First syllable, there is J sound consonant, O sound vowel, and H sound Batchim. Second one, A sound vowel, and third one, Yo sound vowel. So we read it all together, 조, 아, 요. As you just heard, there is no H sound between 조 and A. If there is a H sound Batchim followed by a syllable that starts with a circle like this, the H sound becomes a mute. So in this case, we don't pronounce H. So we just read it as 조, 아, 요. 조, 아, 요. There are more examples to practice. Let's read it. First one. 방에, 방에. And second one. 강의, 강의. And third one. 생일, 생일. And let's practice H sound 받침. First one. 나아요, 나아요. Second one. 다아요, 다아요. Great job! Let's wrap it up with one last sentence. This sentence means I like Korea in English. 한국이 좋아요. 한국이 좋아요. 감사합니다. 다음 시간에 다시 만나요. 안녕.